We are going to be reviewing Secret Window. It came out in 2004 and it stars Johnny Depp. It's got 46% on Rotten Tomatoes and 46 on Metacritic. That's not good.
Only
People didn't like
46%?
it. Yeah. People disliked it more than they liked it.
That's strange.
What the fuck is that about? Okay, so first impressions.
The opening scene was good.
That was good.
Yeah, not the
good,
scene. What his
yeah.
wife was doing was good. For me, it had me hooked straight away because it wasn't like slow build up or anything. It was just straight in with that scene.
Film immediately does a good job of showing the protagonist has a lack of self-control as he goes directly against what the presumed voice in his head is telling him.
And then I wrote how I really liked the music.
Yeah, the music was
because
really
it's
good
really
in this
eerie.
film. He's presented as a man that doesn't do much and doesn't have the best lifestyle because the only thing he's seen doing when awake is working on writing, and he never changes out of his morning clothes and sleeps in. His whole life is writing. He even has open Doritos packets in his drawers. He also utters the word sloth as he falls asleep on the couch to further present to the audience his self-awareness. He's clearly very lonely as he reminisces on his ex and talks to his dog. Not in a pet type of way, but more like a best friend type of way.
Seems like quite a lazy person. And then that bloke, John Shooter, turns up and then tells you about how he's stolen his story. Kind of dumb how the sheriff doesn't believe killing a dog is a crime, because that's definitely a crime. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from. He broke into his house because the door was open and then stabbed his dog with a screwdriver, and then when he goes to the police station, the police is like, I'm not even sure if that's a crime. Yeah, the sheriff character was kind of a bit stupid.
Ken, the officer, when he arrives at the house. I love the misdirection when the protagonist thinks that the officer is dead in his car. Score builds up perfectly before it climaxes in a release of tension when the officer sits up and is fine. Got me.
Yeah.
Thought he was dead.
Yeah, no, that was really good, that scene. The film does a good job at making you feel how the character's feeling, like really paranoid, because he's walking around his house and he keeps hearing noises and thinking that John's in his house. And then he goes up into the bedroom, and then in the bathroom he thinks he sees like a reflection, and then he goes in there and smashes up his... So with the plot, I enjoyed it. It was simple, but it got more interesting and deeper as the film went on. The characters, the most interesting ones were mostly Mort and John Shooter. And I suppose Ken, he was alright. He wasn't in it for long, but Amy and her boyfriend, they weren't really that interesting. They were kind of just there. But yeah, the main character was probably the most interesting one, because he had obviously more of a deeper character psychologically and everything.
I thought all the performances were very good. There was clearly more of a focus on Mort and John the Shooter. But I like the relationship he has with everyone. I think the divorce and their relationship is very believable. I think the new boyfriend and his relationship with Mort is believable as well.
Yeah, Johnny Depp was good.
Johnny Depp's in the film.
Yeah, he's Ken.
I thought that was Will Smith.
Johnny Depp plays the black guy. Back to the music. I really liked the music. It was eerie and distressing. Makes you feel uncomfortable, unsafe, just like the character is feeling. Is what I put. Yes.
Uncomfortable in your own skin.
The bit where he's actually losing his mind and then he's talking to himself and he's like right in front of him. That looked really good, because that was in 2004, I think. And there's films where they end up just using a different actor, and you can tell from like their hair, like they use a different actor and you can only see him from behind, and you think, well, that's clearly not them. But he was actually face to face and he would grab his head, so the split camera effect looked really good in that film and aged really good, I think.
The film does an interesting job of building up the reveal at the end that Mort was the man who committed all of the crimes. Similar to Fight Club, actually. The reveal makes sense overall, but I do think the hints were almost too subtle, to the point that when he finally acknowledges he created the world in his head, the realisation was a bit of a jolt for me as a viewer. It is, however, fascinating when figuring out that Mort clearly must have still met the officer he killed earlier on, but he just doesn't remember it. His ex-wife's new man starts off as someone dislikable as we only view him through Mort's perspective, assuming he is controlling over her and threatening to Mort for no reason. But once we find out that Mort is the murderer, our perspective of his character does a complete 180. I kind of like that the reveal is subdued and subtle. It makes it just as shocking for us as it does for Mort. The scene where Mort's conscious becomes a second version of himself is incredibly well directed, down to the voice in his head even changing clothes as real Mort does as well. It's a nice touch of detail.
Oh, I forgot to say, because I struggle with noticing themes and stuff, but I think I noticed them. I only put down claustrophobia, paranoia, and betrayal. What I thought of the ending, yeah, because twist endings are really hit and miss, like from what I've heard and stuff. And I think it was pretty decent twist ending. I mean, you can go back and so yeah, I think mostly it like makes sense with the twist ending and makes a interesting ending. And I also like how the film calls back to his story that he made. How his book ends is how the film ends, obviously. So it ends with him actually killing his wife, burying her in the garden. That was a really nice touch.
I think the death scene of the boyfriend was a bit stupid. Overall, it was an enjoyable experience. I had good fun with the film watching it. I think the reveal was a little bit underwhelming because it wasn't set up as much as I would have liked it to be earlier on in the film. But yeah, overall, decent little film. It's not 46%. I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, it's to each their own, I think.
I'm going to give, what's it called? Secret Window, yeah. Chicken Run 2. I'm going to give Secret Window a 6.5 out of 10.
That's what I was going to give it, a 6.5 out of
Really?
10. Yeah, I don't think you'll get films like that anymore, so it's kind of
Why is that?
precious. I don't know, just the way it is, like, just the weird humour and stuff.
And he punches the window.
But yeah, I feel like it is a good film, and I feel like films nowadays follow, like horror films, they follow a certain format of what to do. I feel like it will age better. I mean, it's already pretty old. It's over
18 years old.